Hi, my name is Lisbeth Pedroso. I'm the Resilience Outreach Specialist for GRD. You may ask, what is GRD? GRD is the $141 million HUD-funded Gentilly Resilience District, which is a combination of efforts around the Gentilly neighborhood designed to reduce flood risk, slow land subsidence, improve energy reliability, and encourage neighborhood revitalization. To learn more about this program and what it's about, you can go to nola.gov/resilience, but you're welcome to call us at 504-658-7623. So today we here because we're going to be interviewing as part of the CAP chats, which is a mechanism that we use as part of the program to showcase those homeowners that decided to be part of the community adaptation program, CAP. So Miss Lydia Taylor is going to be the homeowner. We're going to be asking her a few questions about how that process went. We're also going to be joined by the Wingate team member. His name is Randy, and he's going to introduce himself later on in the video. And I'm going to have Sam Gordon. He is the project manager, and he works with the New Orleans Redevelopment Authority, which is our partner who is managing the community adaptation program.
Hello, my name is Sam Gordon. I'm a project manager with the New Orleans Redevelopment Authority. I manage the Community Adaptation Program, also known as CAP. CAP is a $5 million program that is funded via the Gentilly Resilience District. It provides low to moderate income homeowners in the neighborhood of Gentilly to work with a local landscape architect and construction contractor to design and install up to $25,000 of a variety of stormwater management improvements on their own personal property.
We are back, and we're here with Miss Lydia Taylor. She's the homeowner that participated in the community adaptation program, and we are here at her property, and we want to ask her some questions about how it went throughout the process. So thank you so much, Miss Lydia, for having us today.
Oh, this is my pleasure. Thank you.
You are so much welcome. So with the first question is, how do you learn about the program, this program?
Well, the Water Resilient program was announced by council person Jared Brissett, and I kind of heard it on WBOK, heard it on quite a few venues, and it sounded like something that I was interested in. I didn't really know what to expect, but I went to the meeting they had to explain it to the community.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for finding that information and being part of the program. How did you apply for the grant? And why did you apply for the grant?
Okay. Initially, when I applied for the grant, it was just going in, signing up, and you were given information that you needed to attain in order to apply for the application purposes. After that was taken care of, I started just waiting around trying to hear something, and of course other things were going on, but I saw work being done in the community, like the ditches that are being dug to help some of the water run off. The reason why I was interested in it, honestly, was about the rain barrels. And I wasn't sure, but I was concerned about getting gutters because I didn't have gutters. The engineers told me that they don't do gutters. They didn't do that gutters. So I ended up doing my own gutters. And they came out, they looked at the property, and they told me what they could do. Again, my expectations were limited. Okay, I had no idea this would be the final look, but they gave me a lot of confidence that they were gonna create a space that was beautiful and also help me with some of the water retention I was having. I had, where you see the brick, it was grass, and on a rainy day I had big plots in the yard. I had areas where it would be soaked for maybe 2 or 3 days after the rain was gone. And that's what I really was really the problem, the soaking of the backyard. After Katrina, we lost a lot of dirt back here. I had 2 truckloads of dirt dumped on the property, and it still didn't give me enough dirt to help absorb the water. So I was looking for something like that. And as I said, I was paying attention to what the program was about and what they were saying about areas. And they kept saying it was for all of Gentilly, you know, all of Gentilly. Finally, they came out and told me what they were going to do, the flowers they were going to use. Then the storm came, of course, and we made it through that, and the work began. Once the work began, it was expedient. It was constant. I had so many people working in the yard. Sometimes it was amazing. You know, I'd come out here and they'd have people just digging dirt, just digging. And it's been an experience just to watch it happen.
That sounds lovely. So does the project look just like you envision it?
Oh no, it's beyond.
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 We like to hear that.
Yeah, it is so beyond. Look at these beautiful planter boxes.
Yes, they are amazing.
Yes.
They are amazing. So, can you share with us from your perspective, what was the design and construction process like?
Well, the process, like I said, it was a long process. It was tedious, but it was step by step. And the workers came in early and worked consistently till the time of day that they got off. And it really happened quite fast once they got started.
That's great. That's great. And what has been your observation of the project during and after a rain event? We just started getting some rain now.
Well, we had 1 day of rain, and I came out with just to see if I had any settling water. The only settling water was on the concrete. These areas were totally dry. It was amazing. I was walking through here, I couldn't believe it. I said, no, not a spot of rain settling. Everything was dry.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
So that means that it alleviated the flooding and the issues in your property.
Absolutely.
That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
With this program. So what are your thoughts of green infrastructure and all the different approaches that have taken in the Gentilly area and citywide?
I think that this is going to help Gentilly because, well, we never had a flooding situation, but we have areas that retain water for such a long time. And you know, we live with mosquitoes.
Yes.
And that's where they want to go, to those areas that maintain water.
Yes, that's true.
And it's very hard to get rid of them. So that's one of the best things about the project. The second thing to me is now I have no grass to cut.
Oh, yes. So it's easy maintenance.
Yes, very much.
That's really
great. Yes.
Another question: would you like this program to be implemented in other parts of the city, based on your experience as a citizen?
Oh, absolutely. I wish more parts of Gentilly could get involved with this project and be extended to like the lower 9th Ward, because they have a lot of bad areas there. New Orleans East has a lot of flooding problems. So yeah, this could be a project that all of New Orleans should partake.
Great.
Yeah.
The city is looking into that, so I like to hear that.
Yes,
Thank you so
indeed.
much.
I hope that everybody gets an opportunity to upgrade their property with this project.
And you touched earlier on my next question, which is the how easy it is to maintain, which you already said that is great.
I
have much grass.
I have a lawnmower for sale. That's how easy it is to.
That's so funny. And now, do you have any closing remarks? Anything else about the project you would like to share with us, with everyone that would be watching this video?
Yes, of course. I'd like to thank the City of New Orleans, Mayor Cantrell, City Councilman Jared Broussette, the NORA Redevelopment Authority, and the Wingate engineering.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate your time today.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
You are so welcome.
I'll invite you to the first barbecue.
Oh, that sounds great. That's just what we like to hear. So we're here with Randy with the Wingate Engineers team, and please introduce yourself.
Absolutely. My name is Randy Smith. I'm a principal and director of business development for Wingate Engineers, a local New Orleans engineering firm. We focus on civil engineering, stormwater management, construction management, and inspection services.
Perfect, perfect. So I have a few questions for Randy, so he can explain how the process and the parts of the projects that I don't know how to explain to you because I am not an engineer. So Randy, let's start. So can you give us a tour of the project?
Sure.
And can you please tell us what we are looking at?
Absolutely.
So me and the residents can understand.
Absolutely.
So we're starting right here.
Sure. So we're very proud of the fact that we were able to introduce a lot of diverse elements to Miss Lydia's project. For example, some of the things that you're seeing now, we did some handcrafted planter boxes that are allowed to bring a beautification feature to the property and also some water retention, while also using some native species plants that will also serve another purpose of more water retention because they like to drink a lot of water in this region. So that's one of the elements. Obviously, you can see the permeable pavers that we did, which are commercial grade. So they're made to last a very long time. And once again, the element of beauty that it also adds to the property. It's very intriguing to see it, but the purpose that it serves is so tremendous. And today is a perfect day to show the example of it. We got a big rain event today and no water.
No water.
No water.
That's
No
like.
settling
No
water. That's what we like to see. And it's funny with the type of pavers we use and the color that we use, the rain actually changes the color and gives it more of an element that gives it a different texture, so to speak, on how you see it. In addition, if you go around the property, you'll also see that we've installed 4 rain barrels. Once again, another feature for water conservation. So whenever we get rain, we can conserve some of the water and it can be used for future purposes for planting a lot of these plants or just for any worthwhile purpose that Miss Lydia sees a need for. Also, if you look around the perimeter of the pavers and the concrete, we have a bioretention facility. And once again, the purpose of this is also water conservation. If you look throughout what we've planted here, we did a lot of native species of plants and trees. So here you have some variegated ginger plants. Over there you have some Louisiana irises. And in the 2 corners over here, we were able to plant some sweet bay magnolia plants. Once again, all of these are native to Louisiana, and the big benefit of these plants, in addition to them being so beautiful, they soak up and retain a lot of the water that comes in. So there's so many elements that are serving the same purpose, but it's doing it in unison, and it really, 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 in my opinion, in addition to the beauty of the project, it serves the purpose of stormwater management, which is what we wanted. Also, if you go around, you'll see an infiltration trench on the other side of the house that's covered with a bunch of rocks, and you can understand that it retains water really, really, really well. So yeah, we got a lot of elements built into this, and it makes it a very diverse landscape. And I know Miss Lydia doesn't like this, but I think it makes the neighbors a little jealous. But hopefully it just causes more interest in the program, and more people will want to do the same to their property because 1, it works, and 2, it's beautiful. It came out really, really well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
So right now we're gonna go around the property so you can show us
Sure.
about all these green interventions that you mentioned already.
Yeah.
So this is the
These are your planter boxes that we talked about. And this are your Louisiana irises plants that we talked about here.
okay.
If
That's
you
the
want,
native plants.
these are all native,
Native
plants.
plants.
As you can see, if we'll go around this way, is where you see your sweet bay magnolia trees. And over here, you have some of your variegated ginger plants. So once again, in addition to the fact that they serve a tremendous purpose, they're very beautiful for her landscape. And
they are.
we're obviously not in the best time of the year for our trees to be blooming, but it's coming. By the time it gets to the spring, this thing is going to be so beautiful. So it's going to get even better over time.
It's gonna get better. And this one is
Sure. Over here, we have one of the 4 rain barrels. As you can see, it's attached to her gutters. So when some of the water comes in from the top of her house and goes into a gutter, it automatically transfers over to the rain barrel, which then at some point Miss Lydia can use to turn on, and she can have access to using this water for other sources. So it's very functional, in addition to serving the purpose of conserving water. And if we want to follow over this way,
I'm gonna follow you.
This is where we
The other part
this is where we installed our infiltration trench. And this runs along the entire perimeter of the house as well as her shed area.
This?
Correct, here and all the way along this perimeter here. So as you can see, this is another tremendous benefit. So when it rains, you would never even know it happened because of the manner in which this was installed. It helps to retain and shed water and you don't even see it. So it makes it a very safe and comfortable source. You're not going to drag a bunch of mud to her house anymore. If you see the before and after pictures of Miss Lydia's property, she had a lot of mud and grass in the backyard. So whenever it would rain, it would just cause a really nasty and muddy situation. And a lot of these elements are basically eliminating that. So she doesn't have to deal with it anymore.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
And which part of the project are you most proud of?
I'd say,
This entire project.
absolutely. I'd say, so my primary objective is always the functionality of the project and the benefits of stormwater management. Given that we've seen some examples of how this has actually worked really well, particularly on a rainy day, that's number one. But the thing I'm most proud about with this particular project is the diversity of her landscape. Sometimes we have some customers that have a specific need and want of a certain item and they want to use most of the project on that. Well, Miss Lydia, I think she was very open to exploring a lot of options on what could be. And we were able to express a lot of those elements in so many different ways. So the diversity is probably the biggest thing for me, but notwithstanding the stormwater management piece, which is the purpose and intent of why we did this. So all in all, it checks every box in my opinion, because the rain barrels, everything that people want to see as options, we almost touched every piece of it for this property. So it's a perfect property in my opinion, a perfect project.
And not just that, but this is going to be the showcase of for the community adaptation program as the 150th project completed.
How about that? That's really amazing to hear.
So thank you so much for
No.
being part of that. We do appreciate you and the entire team.
No, but I also want to thank Nora and the city of New Orleans for actually initiating a project like this. This is very meaningful to us at Wingate to be first-time participants as contractors. The name Wingate in itself is derived from the street that our founding principal grew up on in Gentilly. So the fact that we're able to participate in a project in the neighborhood, the very neighborhood where we were founded, it's meaningful to us on so many levels. It's not just about business, it's about impacting our community in a way that this city needs in a tremendous fashion. So I'm glad to be a part of it. This is very, very meaningful to us as a team.
Thank you so
So
much.
thank you.
We do appreciate you. Thank you for watching.